Okay. Again, book 2, or volume 2. We're in part 3, story 4, Song of Victory. I kind of like this song. Now I'm thinking of, since it says Song of Victory, I'm kind of thinking of the song that's in the Prince of Egypt that's associated with this. It's just my brain. It just does things like that. Okay. Part 3, story 4, Song of Victory. Hour after hour, the strange procession continues, with men, women, and children fleeing for dear life among the corridors God had made through the sea. Drivers of wagons shout at their oxen, urging them to move faster. Dogs bark, dogs bark frantically at the herds of cattle and flock of sheep, and goats are trying to make them run to the other shore. Mothers implore their little ones not to lag behind. Ahead is one hope of safety. Behind was the Egyptian, scarcely a mile away. Who can tell when they will discover everybody escaped? And who can tell how long the water will remain piled up on either side? Congealed, congealed in the heart of the sea, as the Bible said. Congealed, it says that. Okay, on and on they hurried. 600,000 men, besides women and children, dash pell mell, dashing pell-mell of the other shore. Pell-mell. Pellmell. Some of this got funny words. Okay? Now, how long it took for so many to make it across, we are not told. Finally, however, the last wagon had been helping up the opposite bank, and the last father and mother had scrambled onto higher ground, and the last dog had driven the last sheep out of the danger zone, and at last the lost little boys and girls are safe with their parents again. What a sight of relief goes up from everybody as, looking back, they see the channel is clear. Everybody had got across. Now, no one was left behind. But look, what is that moving on the shore? On the shore they have just left. Spears, swords, chariots, the Egyptians. See? They all are rushing down the opposite bank. They are coming right through the channel between the walls of water. Oh God, cried the people in their fear and anguish. Oh God, help us, save us from the Egyptians. All eyes turned towards Moses, who was standing there erect, looking brave, defiantly at the oncoming host of Pharaoh. In his right hand is the rod stretched out once more over the wind-swept waters. Now something is happening in the channel. It is not so dry as it was. Pools of water are forming, and, oh look, the first chariot has stopped. Its wheel is stuck in the mud. The driver is whipping his horses, trying to get them to pull it out, but it won't move. Now another is bogged down, and another. Their wheels had come off. Had come off. The confusion grows worse and worse. Another chariot, trying to pass those in front of it, get all tangled up in the ones that have broken down. Anger, anger, anger shouts rise above the shrieking of the wind. Look out! Can you see where you're going? Go on, cried the officers. But they can't go on. The water rises in the channel. The path through the sea is disappearing. Go back, someone yells. And then it has the illustration. And they're in the water. And then Moses doing what he was doing. Go back, someone yells. But it was too late. They couldn't go back. There was no room to turn around. They were trapped. And it came to pass, the Bible says, that in the morning watch, the Lord took upon the host of the Egyptians through the pillar of fire and of the cloud, and troubled the host of the Egyptians, and took off their chariot wheels, that they drove them heavily, so that the Egyptians said, Let us flee from the face of Israel, for the Lord frighteneth for them against the Egyptians. Now Moses, as he holds his rod above the sea, the wind changes, and God commands it to cut, and God's command it had cut this amazing path through the sea, and had kept it open while the Israel passed through to safety, but now causes the wall of the waters to come tumbling down, covering the chariots and drowning the soldiers. And the waters returned and covered the chariots and the horsemen and all the host of Pharaoh that came into the sea after them. There remained not so much as one of them. At sunrise, the wind dies, and the sea becomes calm again. It is hard to believe that such a wonderful thing can be happening in a desert place. The distant mountains, the sandy beaches, the blue ribbon of water are just the same as they were before. Nothing remains to Israel. Nothing remains to remind Israel. Nothing remains to remind Israel of God's great miracle, but bodies of the Egyptians washing up on the shore. Yet these bodies tell the story that brings peace to all hearts. For the first time in their lives, they do not have to worry about the Egyptians. They are gone forever. With Egypt ruined by the 10 terrible plagues, and with Pharaoh's best troops drowned, the Israelis can forget the past and turn their faces bravely toward the future God had planned for them. But listen, someone is singing. Above the buzz of talking, the low of cattle, and the bleating of sheep comes a rich, deep voice in song of praise to the Lord, praise to God. It is Moses, and what a song! Soon all the men are joining in, singing with their hearts. I will sing upon the Lord, for he has triumphed gloriously. The horses and the rider have been thrown into the sea. The Lord is my strength and song. He is become my salvation. He is my God, my Father's God, and I will exalt him. Thou doest blow with thy wind, the sea covered them. They sank as lead in the mighty waters. Who is like unto thee, O God, O Lord? That's what it says. And then, of course, an illustration, a little thingy. And then, of course, let me get back to this. O Lord, among the gods, who is like thee, gracious in holiness, fearful in praise, doing wonders. There is a pause. Then the women began to sing, led by Miriam, Moses' sister, who watched over him long ago when he was a baby, in that basket among the bulrushes. She was a tremble. She has a tremble or a tambourine in her hand, which she played with all the women, makes up a chorus. Sing ye to the Lord, for he hath triumphed graciously. The horses and the rider hath he thrown into the sea. Everybody is so happy, happy beyond belief. Their old, ugly life in Egypt is past and gone forever. Their days of bondage is over. They are free. They are safe from their foes, and they would gladly stay right there by the Red Sea to keep singing forever. But Moses knew better. They had a long way to go, and there are many mouths to feed, and they must move on. So when the singing and praises was ended, he gives orders for the caravan to be reformed and made ready to start once more for its journey. And you got another illustration down at the bottom. Getting ready to go. And that was, and that was part 3, story 4. And we'll go to the next one in just a bit.